Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani had already endured a difficult night at the plate, but baseball doesn't care about what happened in the previous at-bats. One swing can change everything, and Ohtani's ninth-inning at-bat immediately became one of the most important moments of the game. Facing Braves closer Raisel Iglesias, Ohtani put the ball into play and sent it deep into the outfield. It wasn't a home run, but it didn't need to be. The ball found enough space for Ohtani to use one of his biggest weapons, his speed. He rounded first, then second, and kept going. By the time Atlanta recovered the ball, Ohtani had reached third base, a triple. And suddenly the Dodgers had the tying run standing just 90 feet away. Even more importantly, there were no outs. For any MLB offense, a runner on third with nobody out is an enormous opportunity. The Braves were under pressure. The Dodgers were one productive play away from tying the game. A sacrifice fly could do it. A ground ball in the right situation could do it. A pass ball, wild pitch or defensive mistake could do it. There were so many possibilities. But the Dodgers couldn't capitalize. The next hitters failed to bring Ohtani home, and as the outs continued to accumulate, the opportunity disappeared. Finally, the third out arrived. Ohtani was still standing at third. The Dodgers were still down 4-3, and the game was over. That sequence may end up being the biggest talking point from this loss. Because the Dodgers did everything necessary to create the opportunity, Ohtani did his part. He got on base, he turned one ball into 3 bases. He put himself in perfect scoring position. But baseball is a team sport, and the lineup behind him couldn't complete the job. That is the difference between a spectacular individual moment and a team victory. Ohtani's triple also ended a stretch in which he had gone without a hit for multiple plate appearances. And although it didn't change the final result, it was still an encouraging sign. Because Ohtani doesn't need to hit a home run every night to change a game. His ability to reach base, generate extra base hits, run the bases aggressively, and force defenses to react makes him dangerous in completely different ways. And that ninth-inning triple was the perfect example. But there was another major storyline from this game that could attract even more attention. Earlier, Ohtani was involved in a controversial defensive play at first base. According to the account provided, Matt Olson made contact with Ohtani during the play, causing Ohtani to lose his balance and show signs of discomfort. The Dodgers reportedly reacted strongly to the contact, believing the play went beyond what should be considered normal defensive competition. However, the exact intent behind a play like this is extremely important. A collision or obstruction during a fast baseball play can happen without malicious intent. Determining whether contact was accidental, unavoidable, or deliberate requires reviewing the timing, positioning, and available video angles. That is why any reported disciplinary action would need to be based on the full evidence rather than simply the outcome of the collision. For the Dodgers, though, the concern was obvious. Ohtani is one of the most important players on the roster. He isn't only expected to produce at the plate, the Dodgers are also working toward having him contribute on the mound again. That makes every unnecessary physical incident involving him especially concerning. The team cannot afford to lose a player of his importance at this stage of the season, and that brings us back to the larger picture. The Dodgers didn't lose this game because they were completely outplayed. They lost because they failed to finish. They overcame a 3-0 deficit. Glasnow recovered after an extremely difficult first inning. The offense tied the game. Ohtani created a massive opportunity in the ninth, but Atlanta made the one final play that Los Angeles couldn't. That's the kind of loss that can be incredibly frustrating. At the same time, there are positives. Glasnow's ability to settle down after his rough first inning gives the Dodgers something to build on. The offense showed resilience by coming back from 3 runs down. And Ohtani's ninth-inning triple showed that he can still produce a game-changing moment even when his overall night hasn't gone according to plan. But the lesson is clear. As the postseason approaches, the Dodgers cannot waste opportunities like this. In October, there may not be another inning. There may not be another comeback, and there may not be another chance with your best player standing 90 feet from home. The Dodgers now have to turn the page quickly. The Braves have shown that they can punish mistakes, and the Dodgers will need sharper execution in the next game. For Ohtani, the focus will also remain on staying healthy, maintaining his offensive rhythm, and continuing his progression toward a potential return to the mound. Because if the Dodgers can get a healthy Ohtani producing at his best while their rotation and bullpen stabilize, this team becomes significantly more dangerous. But for now, the result is simple: Braves 4, Dodgers 3. A comeback nearly completed, a huge Ohtani triple, a runner stranded 90 feet from home, and another reminder that in baseball, one missed opportunity can decide everything. The Dodgers will have to respond. Because with the postseason getting closer, these are exactly the games that can teach a team what it needs to fix before October. And if Los Angeles learns from this one, this painful 4-3 loss could ultimately become a valuable lesson. What do you think? Should the Dodgers have been able to bring Ohtani home in the 9th? But there is another reason this loss could matter for the Dodgers moving forward. Close games against strong opponents expose exactly where a team needs to improve before the postseason. Los Angeles showed plenty of resilience, but resilience alone is not enough when opportunities disappear in the final moments. The 9th inning was the clearest example. Ohtani did everything he could to keep the game alive. His triple immediately changed the atmosphere and put enormous pressure on Atlanta. But once he reached third base, the Dodgers needed one more player to step up. That final hit, sacrifice fly, or productive out never arrived. For Ohtani, the night was also a reminder that his value cannot always be measured by home runs or batting average. Even without a huge offensive performance, he created one of the most important scoring opportunities of the entire game. The Dodgers now need to focus on execution. Their pitching staff must continue building consistency, their hitters must become more reliable with runners in scoring position, and the entire team has to stay healthy, because when October arrives, moments like the 9th inning could determine whether the Dodgers advance or go home. The good news is that there is still time to fix these problems, and with Ohtani capable of changing a game with one swing, the Dodgers remain a dangerous team heading into the final stretch. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're a Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani fan, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Baseball Pulse, turn on notifications, and share this video with another MLB fan, because the season is entering its most important stage, and you don't want to miss what happens next.